first run of the day. Let's try this bike park thing.
If you've been following my channel for a while, you've probably not seen much bike park stuff. Well, I hardly ever go to the bike park. The last time was for 2 quick afternoons in 2019. Prior to that, to ride at the IBIS EWS guys back in like 2017 for an afternoon.
Oh,
and then before that, the EWS race in 2015. So I don't have much experience riding Whistler anymore.
I haven't been down this trail in years.
But this is a place I used to ride a lot when I was more up and coming, more of a youngster, back in like 2004 to maybe 2010 or 2009. Once I started working at IBIS, I no longer had the free time to come up and spend, a few weeks or whatnot at Whistler each summer.
Oh my God!
It was absolutely eye-opening to see how the bike park has changed and also be riding a bit more of a trail bike. I'm riding a Noli Chilcotin 167, has a 170 travel fork, and the terrain right now is so dry and dusty and so heavily ridden. It was nothing like what I remember the bike park being.
You all right? Oh, this is it. Cool.
I don't have a ton of experience riding the bike park on the trail enduro style bikes. I'm way more used to full-on DH bikes, and they kind of avoid things like this. Even a modern slack trail bike is still nowhere as capable as a full-on downhill bike with the dual crown fork. So that was a big hit right there. I can't believe I didn't go over the handlebars on that. Oh, and it happens again. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Compression City. Hello. The GoPro finally bit the dust. This is the gimbal. After all these years, pounding through some fresh Whistler loam and yeah, good thing I've got a few more of these. Hard to find nowadays. So first test of the Hero. What number are we at now? 11 on the chest mount. I still have never actually set this thing up like that. Is this thing pretty spicy?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So whenever I do post GoPro footage, which is very infrequently nowadays, I always use a GoPro Hero 7 with a Karma Grip gimbal setup. It's atrocious, it's hard to ride with, it's awkward, it's terrible, but it works way better than this brand new GoPro Hero 11 I'm trying out. I put the max lens mod on here to get the super wide field of view, and it is pretty wide, but also it's very easy to knock off a good angle so that it's pointing up at the sky or down at the bike, and it doesn't film 4K when it's in that max setting. Also, I noticed on this ride here that once I got into the dark bits of forest, the actual stabilization of the Hero 11, which is great out in the sun, that shade isn't providing enough light for it to do its job, and it actually gets super duper jittery, almost borderline unwatchable. I went through and trimmed this footage up to get rid of the most atrocious bits of this, but wow.
We used to ride this trail a lot back in the day.
This is my old favorite section of Detroit Rock City. I used to love charging down this on the downhill bike, running huge tires way back in the day. To be young again, and to fix flat tires in the trail.
Nice. Hello.
Now, I'm more of a cross-country rider in this day and age, in that I really like going on rides because they're an adventure and they feel so organic and free. You just show up at a trailhead, grab your bike, and spend 2 to 4 hours exploring the woods. Who knows which way you'll go, what you'll find. Cool. The bike park is very valid. The trails are so heavily ridden, so wide, and resultingly so fast. They really push my limits, at least, in a totally new way. When I'm riding trails out in the forest, I'm lucky to get over 20 miles an hour, but here in the bike park, average speeds are so much higher. As a result, this helps riding skills massively. Now, mountain biking is a very personal topic, and spending 88 Canadian dollars, then being told where I can and cannot ride, and just having all these braking bumps and people everywhere is a very different experience than what I would ultimately lean toward if I'm taking my pick of what I'm going to do. That said, at this point in my riding career, I do need to get to be a better bike rider. Here and there, I got too held up on not wanting to get hurt. But one thing I realized at this bike park day was that one skill set I have not worked on improving in the last dozen years or so is bike park style riding. I've been too afraid of the consequences of crashing. Back in 19, I remember boosting this hip as high as I could and got some good footage from that, but man, I've lost so much of the cojones from back in those days. It's kind of ridiculous. I need to get back and do all these jumps for reals, but I also really don't want to get hurt. And that's the constant juggle for all of us. So if you guys enjoy riding bike parks, let me know in the comments down below,
Sketchiest thing
why
at
do you
Whistler.
enjoy the bike park so much? Is it just the novelty of not having to pedal up the hill? Are you just riding the same descending trail over and over and over? Does that help your skills? Just these handful of runs definitely helped my skills out, and it was a good reminder as what mountain biking is to a lot of people. And you know what? It's totally okay that we all have different visions of what mountain biking is. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. That'll help me out. Stay tuned. I've got lots of fancier, more formal videos coming soon. And thank you all for joining me. Peace.